tell me the moment you thought of Drink Less, Feel Fresh and why you thought this will work.
The moment I thought about Drink Less, Feel Fresh, and not will it work, but why it'll work, is when I had an uncomfortable feeling. To be honest, the only way I can say it is oddly realizing that it was really bizarre that learning how to change your relationship with alcohol, really just learning to change your relationship with yourself, which means learning to stick to commitments, learning how to manage emotion and de-stress at the end of the day without alcohol, learning to socialize confidently and calmly without needing to reach for a glass of bubbles, why that was reserved for people that had such dysfunctional relationships with alcohol that they then had to go to a rehabilitation clinic or a private meeting. And at the time I was studying human behavior and psychology, and that just, it really shocked me. And it was kind of like a bizarre moment of thinking, why is that? Tom Cartwright here, founder of Drink Less, Feel Fresh. Why is the only opportunity for you to learn how to stick to your commitments when it comes to changing your relationship with alcohol is that apparently you have to have such a dysfunctional relationship with alcohol to get there. And I just thought that was incredible. And what I really wanted to do was provide the market and the Australian culture an opportunity, a gateway. That's how I look at Drink Less, Feel Fresh, as a gateway, an opportunity to change your relationship with alcohol just by drinking less and feeling good about it. I think it's incredibly unfortunate, to be honest. In 2022, the majority of approaches out there come with a really clinical view, and that people feel that they're stuck between a rock and a hard place of either just putting up with how much they drink or apparently being thrown in this too hard to deal with basket. You're now the one with an addiction. You're now the one that has an alcohol problem and you should go and deal with it on your own. And that, to be honest, even to this day, I still get riled up about that and really passionate about that. I think it's a good thing. It's probably what really drives the brand. I just don't think it has to be that way. If you change your relationship with next to anything else nutrition-wise or that you put in your body, it's often celebrated. You lose weight, it's a good thing. And the day you put your hand up and you want to drink less, you feel that you're going to cop backlash, that we had a woman crush a 90-day detox with us, celebrated it on a social media account, and was contacted by her work to take it down because someone was going to think she had a problem with alcohol. Like that are the examples that I'll never forget. As opposed to celebrating someone for not drinking for 90 days, it was automatically met with an assumption that if you had to do a 90-day challenge, then you must have a big problem with alcohol. And that is the number one trigger and reason why people don't change their relationship with alcohol. It's not because they don't want to, it's not because they don't have the support network out there, it's that they fear judgment. Being so, it's okay to get so passionate. That is a lose-lose situation. You feel guilty that you don't like how much you drink, or you can choose not to drink and feel guilty that you're going to be cast away from the tribe. A lot of people feel that there's this feeling that they're going to say goodbye to a best friend. It feels like something that's been a part of them for so long. And I think that is ridiculously unfortunate that that's the opportunity up until recent that we've got out there in the market to feel crap about changing your relationship with alcohol. No wonder why we all put our hands up in the air. I'm an example of that for years, putting my hands up in the air going, oh, whatever, I'll just keep drinking and gambling and doing the things that I'm doing. The most common feedback we get from members is the alignment and the connection to our unique approach. The most common thing I hear is something along the lines of this: wow, I just had no idea we could take this approach. At Drink Less, Feel Fresh, we specialise at having conversations that matter most. And when you have the conversations that matter most and you understand a little bit more about you and how to make the decisions you want and ultimately how to stick to your alcohol reduction goals, and you have that in a light-hearted and playful way, so much change is created. And as a human behaviour expert, that's something I learned, day one of studying human behaviour and psychology, is if you take this journey too seriously, it's going to be really hard on yourself. And bringing a light-hearted, feel fresh, non-obligation, we don't tell people to drink or to stop drinking. The choice comes back to you. And when you give people freedom to choose, they usually choose something that's really good for themselves. Calmness, clarity, confidence. I have my drive back for life. I could almost cry saying it when people say I've accomplished things that I've put off for years. And it's a testament and evidence to why the DLFF brand exists. And, between the individuals that are watching right now and me, we're not here to ultimately help people change their relationship with alcohol. We're here to help people get their freedom back so that they can choose to create the life that they want. And our philosophy is that until you create a life that you no longer want to run away from, you'll keep leaning towards alcohol. But the common feedback of I've got my drive for life back. Just last week we got one back, saying just had a full night's sleep. I've got my energy back. The ones that really touch my heart, probably being a dad, is I'm now consciously aware with my children every night after 5 p.m, which is really cool. I want to get up with him in the morning, got energy. The deepest and most important connection that I feel with our members is when ultimately the relationships that they care about in their lives are getting back to where they want them to be. And now we're really having a conversation on why we exist.